Welcome back to another episode of the Great Podcast. This is your boy Marco. Minus Jay. He's not here today, unfortunately. But Kimchi Papi, forever in our hearts. Anyways, I'll let the others introduce themselves.
Hola everyone, I hope you miss this French accent. Rosaly is back. It's been a while, I missed you. I'm happy to be here tonight.
What's up, everybody? It is good to be back. This is Q from the Blazing Badass podcast. And of course, we're going to have a super dope time tonight. Don't forget to follow us, follow me too, and subscribe to all of our podcasts because we would just really appreciate that.
All right. So we are live on Instagram again. All right.
Hey!
Hi, IG. Always thank you, IG, for sending me these questions. Thank you to TikTok for sending me these questions or helping me get ideas for these questions too.
Nice.
Fuck you, Snapchat. You still cheaters.
Hey, yo! You choose violence tonight. Damn!
So let's just hop straight to it in no particular order. Do you guys delete your exes off of your social media?
Absolutely.
Deleting in my life?
It's totally going to be blocked. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, like, my ex, we didn't finish in a good term. And he was not really on social media either, but I blocked him and his family from everywhere because I didn't want him to get any information of my life while we were going through court session and stuff. So I was just like, hell no, you're not going to have any information about me. And I could like unblock him, but why? Like what it would matter, right? Even the one night, the guy that I don't want to date and I meet up and fuck and so whatsoever and never going to have other stuff, block. Like, I don't want you to send me. It's okay.
Like a fucking audition and they don't get a call back or something?
Exactly. Exactly. Do you see my casting couch now?
That's fucking there. That's some shit, man. I'm not gonna lie. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. If you didn't click, why would you creep me out by lurking my stuff? It makes me uncomfortable. So it's my social media, so I can do whatever I want.
Can you just send him like a document saying like needs improvement or something like that?
Emotional damage. No.
No. Give us some notes. Next time, don't ask me if I'm into biting. Shut up one time. Shut up during intercourse. Oh, sorry, I meant intimacy. Just give him the guys some notes. Give him some guidance, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You'd be like, damn, at least you left me a good Yelp review or some shit, you know?
Even that guy doesn't have Facebook. Like, he doesn't have any social media. This guy is not blocked because he's still my friend. We still hang out and stuff. So, I think it's the only one I still talk to.
Oh, so he got callbacks for audition. That's probably why.
Yeah, and the fact is the son of my ex-boss, and we went to high school together.
He got 10 years. He got the senior discount.
Yeah, exactly. The 10% off. 10% off my clothes. That's it. What about you, Q? I'm curious.
So I block people, but I also know they can also go through somebody else's, or like I've had people, my exes like check through somebody else's social media, see what I'm doing. Here's why I block is because I don't want them making assumptions on why we broke up. I already told you why we broke up. I already told you why it's done. But they always want to go through and try to like make excuses. Or if I'm talking, or I put up a post, maybe I put up a post about something that that has to do with somebody else or whatever. Then they'll make an excuse why, or try to like flip everything on me when the reality is that we broke up for whatever that reason
Annoying.
was. And I don't like people trolling my stuff like that, especially if I know. I don't care if you're somebody I don't know, because that's probably happening. But if it's somebody I know, especially somebody I've been with, like, yeah, that's weird to me. It's just like, I'm not going to do that to them. I don't want to know. I don't want to see stuff. I'm not curious. I'm done. When I'm done, I'm done.
I feel like us guys, we don't really block girls.
No, you don't. I don't think so either.
Usually they do it. So I have to move. We have to
I was gonna say that too. I was like, I never really block my exes. It's more like they unfollow me. Like they block me. Usually, that's usually the case, right?
Yeah, I usually just use social media just for like the meme culture. That's pretty much it.
But I do block people. But the funny thing is that it's not like my exes that I block. Usually, it's like spam people or people like trying like, with like stuff like that, right? Because I'm pretty sure we all get a bunch of those.
Pervert.
Like those spam ones, right? So I block those and stuff like that. I don't really block people because, like, here's the thing that I've learned from my exes, right? If they want to, they will find a way to view my account, and they have. I've even caught them. They're like, yeah. You ever like walk into like, you know, just randomly bumping into a friend and your friend says to you, oh yeah, I saw that on your Facebook. Oh yeah, I saw that on your Instagram. Like one or the other, right? But in your mind, it's like, so why didn't you comment or say anything about it? It's like they just kind of like watch you like the quiet person in the group chat. He's like that. It's like, oh yeah, we were talking about that. It's like, no, bitch, you didn't say a damn word. like it's my exes are like that. They're like, they'll just come in, they'll spot check on me, right? And then they'll go through my feed, they'll see like the new girl that I'm with or something, if I'm with someone new, or how am I doing and stuff like that. Or they'll go around the bush and then just beat around the bush and just ask my family.
Yeah, but Kay, you do have some crazy chicks because you've talked about this before.
He's a womanizer.
Right.
Yeah. I've never gotten to the angry level of like ever blocking one of my exes that like she frustrated the shit out of me. And my exes have done some damage to me too. And I still don't. But I feel like they're the ones, usually the girls are the ones that usually unfollow and like, or block me or something like that, right? But here's the funny part that I was just thinking from the way that you girls describe it. What if it was your boyfriend ex is on his social media? Would you turn that into a big deal?
No.
Rosaly?
No, that will be like, wanna pose, have a cute picture together and post it on your IG? Like, wanna see it? Like, I would be a teasing person.
Yeah.
I'd be like, let them see why I'm the one now.
Look at me. I'm nothing now. Q, would you, if your current boyfriend still has his ex on social media, would you make him block her?
No, because I wouldn't. If I had my exes on my social, I wouldn't get rid of mine either, unless there was a reason to. But being with somebody new to me is not a reason to get rid of that, because first of all, they probably saw it anyhow. Like if they were trying to, like if we're dating or whatever, they're probably already looking. Like, I'm going to be looking at social media. That's the first place I go to all the time. So I'm going to look already. So I already see her pictures. I'm not going to take it down. Like, that's a waste of my time, unless it's just like in the way of my posting feed and it's like, it needs to get out. That's different. But I'm not going to do that just for them, because why? Like, that's too bad. That's an ex. That's how it goes.
And also it is social media, so he can manage it himself. Like, it's not my business to go on his social media. Like, it will not be in his business to control what I'm publishing and what I'm doing on my social media either.
Yep, I totally agree. But for me, I don't put anybody on my social media anyhow. So that's not gonna happen.
Exactly.
And if I have somebody who I'm dating and they want me to do that, and they got a problem with it, too bad. Then we just can't date, because I'm not going to do that.
Oh, that's a deal breaker. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
'Cause I know a lot of couples that like this is a problem. Like his ex still is on his Facebook or something like that.
That's so petty to me.
So
yeah, it's sad. Yeah. It's a little bit sad.
It's like a waste of our energy. Like, I don't.
And it's in the past too. Like,
I feel like they're always gonna find out one way or another. So I don't really care.
But it's I pity them too, because it's kind of a form of jealousy. And if you have that, like, what it is about your relationship that makes you obsess about the ex? Because I've been there. I've been obsessed with an ex of my ex-boyfriend. And I realized that, like, later on, it's because I was kind of like, we kind of knew each other without knowing each other. Like, we never hang or talk, but we know each other. Like, before I hang out and like
It's
get
like Marco and Jeff, and I felt like I absorbed the hate.
Oh, yeah.
what?
What?
This dude, I already hate him.
No, but it's kind of like I was obsessing because in a way now I was just like, it's because I wanted our side of the story because I knew the reason and I was kind of aware of the breakup too. So I was just like, fuck, I wish I had her story. And I was very obsessed with her. And I think it's a childish thing. It's when you have like your first relationship or second, when you're a teenager, you react this way because you don't know better, right? But I feel like when you pass that stage, like today, it doesn't fucking bother me at all.
It's just like that girl I went on a date with. She talked about her ex so much, even I started missing the dude.
No, but that's a problem. If someone always talk about the ex, that's another. Yeah, that's another point of. I will be like, get over it or go deal with it. Yeah. Like, this is not normal. If it's an ex, it's in the past. Why are you always looking back, right? It's because you need to heal something. Like, seriously.
Yep, I agree. I couldn't talk to somebody totally about their ex all the time. That'd be like, yeah, I'm done.
Second date after that, I just realized that girl had too much baggage. I just can't to get over that guy, man.
Oh.
All right, let's move along, Joey.
Yeah.
What are some unspoken downside to a monogamy relationship?
Oh,
what's the downside about being monogamy? What is that people don't talk about?
You know what? I had a friend. She's still my friend. We and she's an influencer, and she was known and went to podcasts because she was in an open relationship. And I agree because like she was in a 17 years relationship, right? And they became an open couple and they have like mistresses and lovers and stuff still together. Now they are not together. And she had another relationship and it was a monogamy relationship. And I think the problem is nowadays it's people doesn't communicate what they want to do in sex. Like they don't communicate enough their desire and what they want. So instead of like, say, I date, I would like to try this or that, like blah, blah, blah. And being open about it, they will cheat or they will go and open relationship, like non or polyamorous relationship, the communication is kind of the key for the respect of each other. And like they put rules, limits, they have it's kind of another universe if you've never been in this situation. And I feel like, you know what? When I was in a long-term relationship, we have ups and downs too. And I had kind of some desire and I wanted to explore more, but I feel like I cheated in a way, even though it wasn't cheated, but not being comfortable enough to communicate what you want in bed. I feel it's one of the most problems of the monogamy because people that are together for a long time, because I work with elders, they've been together for 50, 60 years. And the thing they told me, communicating, talking, that's the thing they were able like to be together for so long. So I feel it's kind of this way. And I feel sex is one of the most important thing. And after a long relationship, you kind of love is not one like shape, you know? So it's changed over the years and you kind of want to explore, and sexuality and like relationship is totally in my head, two different things too. Both can work together and both can work differently. So I feel monogamy sometimes it's kind of like square up in a box and people are afraid to get out of the box to talk about this because it's supposed to be this way. You know what I mean? So yeah that's my
to like communicate. If you don't get like a call back and you're blocked.
blocking is communication.
Hey, that's kind of like silence, and there's another way to say stuff, though.
I'm just saying, Rosaly, it's hard to communicate. All that.
No, well, yeah.
No, I get the point. I'm just telling you, that's all. It's hard. No, but like that is a downside, because you know what it is too, is that sometimes you don't want to attack the person's self-esteem.
Yes, exactly.
Like, you don't want to tell them, be like, look, I don't want to tell you this, but like, I really hate sitting on your face. Like, I don't know, something like that.
I don't like to squat. It's so hard on my body. Can we just switch up?
All day at work, and I have back problems because my boobs are too heavy. And
Bro,
I'm real
don't laugh at this. This is a real problem. Okay.
the guy will be like, oh, why? But I like that. And then his self-esteem be attacked, and he thinks he's a bad player, that he can't be like the next IKEA furniture type of guy or something. Right? So like, it's hard to communicate when you get so comfortable, like, because we can get underneath each other's skin in relationships so well, because we know all the things that might attack their like self-esteem, like that we just don't want to say it, because we don't want to attack the person's self-esteem, and we don't want to hurt the other person. And that's the hardest part, is to build that trust between each other, and the understanding of when you're communicating or saying like how you feel in sex, that it's hard to kind of translate that. So most of the time we kind of just keep quiet in that square box, you know, that mode. So yeah, I agree with you. That is a downside, because you get way too comfortable. But if it was like someone new and be like, oh, sit on my face, fuck yeah, you know, there's like shit like that. If it was someone new, you don't even fucking know if they're into it or not. It's like, whatever. It's like, all right, just surprise them with some like fucking finger in a butthole or something. You're like, oh shit. You don't know if they do or don't like it. You haven't built trust with them yet. But make sure you get consent, though. That's important.
Yeah, exactly.
That's too much.
Anyone else want to add a downside to a monogamy relationship?
I have a lot.
I would say like you get too comfortable, like it becomes okay, like for everybody out there who is in their, you know, long-standing monogamous relationship, you get too comfortable, but you also get too bored. So the comfort leads to boredom. And then you also still don't want to say anything because you don't want to hurt their feelings, or you're kind of in this rhythm of it's going to be this way. So why should I say anything? Because I already know what they're going to do. Or we've already made it clear. Or let's just say you have communicated about sex or whatever else, and it doesn't matter because they're not going to change their mind because they're already too comfortable and they already know that you're going to do whatever it is for them or with them, whatever it is, that it's not going to, like, there's no, I hate to say this, but it's true. Like, there's no like excitement. There's no impromptu, like spontaneous things don't happen anymore in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah. And I feel people, if they, like, when that stage happened, they're like, oh, we need to break up. It's not going to work. When like a relationship and love, it's not about that at all. I think you need to work, if you want to be in a monogamy, like, or a polyamorous open relationship whatsoever, you need to work on this if you want it to work as a long term.
Yep.
And people, I feel they get lazy because it's so easy to swipe left or right and to have option now.
Yep,
it's so
true.
easy. So like, oh, you're not able to do my shit. I really love you. We've been 4 years together, but now I'm bored. I don't know how to spice it up because like it's a teamwork too.
Yep.
So let's break up and let's swipe right and just file up the you know, the stage of the desire when like the honeymoon phase, because people romanticize the honeymoon phase like it's supposed to be that all the way during a relationship, and it's not supposed to be like this.
Right. Yep.
And if you want to be like this, keep the fire on. Yep. It's kind of your job. So I feel sometimes people are kind of not lazy, but not aware of this. Like, you need to work on a relationship. life it's a work full time, like 24/24, and every aspect of it is working.
Yep,
So,
I totally agree.
Just hearing this question, the first thing I think of that I notice it's a constant issue with people in a monogamy relationship is falling into the social standard and social norm of this is how it's supposed to be.
Oh yes, too. Can you name some that you feel?
Yeah, I feel like people stay with each other because that is how everyone else is doing it. Like the white picket fence, two-door garage, and like you're supposed to have kids, you're supposed to work, and you guys are supposed to be in this partner. She pays half, you pay half. You have to stay with each other to build a great home and be a nuclear family. Don't split up because the child will be raised incorrectly and like being from having divorced parents. And then that like when you guys have an issue, you guys should work it out. Even if the fucking girl cheated on you or even if the dude cheated on you, you guys got to learn how to work things out. I feel like, see, you're so restricted and you're supposed to follow that way because that's the social norm of how everything is supposed to be. And I feel like people are like kind of pressured to be like that you actually lose your individuality.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Because what you're the type of person who like lives in solitude and actually adapt really well to solitude. Like you're the type of person that like you only want a partner to be romantic with when you want it, but you're actually better off doing everything in your life by yourself. But you stay with this person, right? Because of the fact that that's the social norm. You're not supposed to be splitting up like that. It's, you're supposed to be following these holidays, celebrating all this stuff. Go to a freaking a wedding and stuff like that and plan stuff like that out. But what if you were the type of person who was actually supposed to be living their life in solitude, and that's actually where you find bliss and happiness? But you can't because monogamy, the downside to it is that they restrict people from a lot of limitation because if you do that, you're kind of frowned upon. Example, I'll use females for an example. That's really great. Females themselves, right?
For you.
If talking to two guys, right? It's frowned upon. It's like, oh, that girl is like, it's like almost like slut shame just because she's getting to know two guys or sleeping with guys. Automatically, she's looked down upon, right? So she's supposed to be like this very submissive, only supposed to follow one guy, and that's like a golden girl, which is fucked up.
So look down when she's walking on the street.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, it's fucked up. What if her actual happiness and bliss is that she's not tied down to anyone? To know multiple people and feel love in all different ways because we all show love in different ways.
Yes.
But monogamy doesn't allow that. Monogamy doesn't allow that. It's frowned upon to have multiple people in your life. You should only be dedicated to only one person and only be loved to that one person, that one guy. But what if, like, you actually don't work well together? You're supposed to stay with that dude that, you know, just because you were with him for 3 or 4 years.
Exactly.
Like, pick up with them. It's like, you know what, I put 3 or 4 years into this. Monogamy shows that this is what it takes in order to be in a long lasting relationship. So I could be like these older people who've been married for 30 years. But here's a little surprise. The other guy that you turned down, you were actually a better fit for him.
Yeah.
But monogamy allowed you to do that.
So
monogamy restricted you to do that.
So your point of view is kind of like settle things down too quickly instead of taking your own time and space, because in society you should like do, okay, you go on a couple of dates, oh, boyfriend, girlfriend, oh, after couple of months, let's move in together, and after that, everything is channel up, instead of just going with the flow with, oh, like before boyfriend, girlfriend, I want to make sure that you're the right one for me because I don't want to waste time for that moment specifically. And I find it hard because, like, as a single person, I don't want to settle down for anybody that is not like a great fit.
And nice.
I don't want to settle down for anybody else than Marco. No, I'm kidding. But
I'm already writing down the list. Not there, making sure I'm checking everything out.
He's not a musician. Gets a call back.
no, but it's more like, it's kind of, can we take times? And like, I don't want to know, like, I just value quality time spending together now than like jumping into the step of what monogamy asks us to do. Like, it doesn't matter if it takes like 6 months to like date, and like, you can go, if we communicate and you say like, seriously, we can date, but I've a side chicks or some whatever, but we're not a couple. We are not like exclusive. Fine. Go ahead. But when we are together, and you focus on me. That's fine. Let's see where it's going before jumping and being trapped in a cage. And sometimes that's what I feel. But I maybe have some issue too, some attachment issue too. So maybe that's why, like, let's be honest. So I don't know that.
That's what I feel monogamy, the downside is that there is a lot of limitations.
Yeah, good words.
That I feel like people are not seeing that. And I feel as if society needs to be more open-minded about how other people can experience love and not limit each other to.
That's what I love about podcasts. Like, now that it's trending and like everybody is doing podcasts now, it's kind of not restricted like other like media. So we can say and be real about what we're doing, and we can see other people how the way they live. And for me, that's fascinating because I learn a lot about other like situation and relationship. And I'm like, bro, that opened my eyes that is not like one or two ways to live your relationship. There's plenty ways, and you just need to explore and like being consent, giving consent and being with your partner, like once again, with a good communication base. Sorry, my English. So yeah. So I feel that's one of the magic of having a podcast. And now that people can have podcasts is to talk about different like ways and open up instead of like going like American movies, how they sell like romance and like everything about love and stuff like that. That is not actually everyone. Some people find that. Bravo, but it's not a majority of people.
Yep. I agree. I also think like because of the romanticism of society, like everybody is supposed to strive for finding that one that you settle down with, that you're going to grow old together, because I think that fear also like pushes us into monogamy because you don't want to like be alone when you get older, or like if you get really sick or something like that. So I think a lot of fear drives us too, but I feel like if you're going to be monogamous or like have multiple partners, once again, we're talking about communication, like communicate that. Like, I'm okay with that. I agree with you. Like, if you're going to be with me, you're with me right now. But if we're talking like we have this open relationship, I'm cool with that. But let's make sure we communicate what that looks like, you know?
And I don't know if you agree with me, guys, but I feel sometimes your relationship in monogamy relationship is with you and your partner. But people have a tendency to talk about this shit with people outside the relationship. And that influences a lot. So that's another downside of being in monogamy, because you still get influenced. Yeah, thank you. I don't speak that much English anymore, so I'm a rusty. So yeah, so I feel sometimes they like have a third person judging and influencing the relationship of a monogamy instead of like being only between you and your partner. And the thing I learned, and I don't want to repeat, is if I have like a stable partner and we are in a relationship, if I have something to complain about, if I have a problem, if something is wrong, instead of like complaining to my friends and blah, 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 to influence their judgment on him and only see the bad side and stuff with the family too, I will go directly to him. And that's something that I was avoiding because I hated and still hate confrontation. But you need that. And in any sphere of social that you have, like with friends and stuff like that. So I think it's something I learned that I feel monogamy, sometimes it's supposed to be with one person you're with, but a lot of people are mixed in the fucking stories, and that's everything else.
No, because I was going to say that, like, especially like with this age and of social media, everyone wants to imitate each other. So you use a sense of identity.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
With what Kim said with comfort, that's true because I experienced it. You get to comfort to the point where the relationships get stale and boring, and then it's kind of like it goes downhill. And then what Rosaly said too with communication about sex, that's like a huge thing too. So it's like you guys hit everything in my opinion.
Speaking about honeymoon, right? What are some gestures you still do even after your honeymoon phase?